Hey everybody, hope you had a great summer. Here we are sliding into fall. It's the end of August and I've got a couple updates for you. It's been 2 months since we last spoke and there's been a couple of things that have happened. One of course is that at the time of our last recording, the One Big Beautiful Bill was still in process. We all know that is passed with the Senate version sailing through. And so that has had some clear implications for tax credits on heat pumps. So within the One Big Beautiful Bill was a sunset of 25C tax credits at the end of this calendar year. Recall that that's the tax credit that provides 30% up to $2,000 on qualified installations. So you probably heard this, it's been in the news and whatnot. And so there's really this opportunity between now and the end of this year to really emphasize that in your sales process with consumers, to make sure that they know that this is a limited time offer to take advantage of and still be able to obtain that 30% tax credit against taxable income. The other tax credits that pertain to us have a slightly different date. So 179D, which is related to commercial properties and energy savings improvements that are modeled with up to a maximum of $5 per square foot, that's still available for any properties and projects that are initiated before June 30th of 2026, next summer. With a similar deadline date, 45L tax credits, that's $2,500 to $5,000 tax credits for new construction. That's a tax credit that's geared towards builders. That's still available to receive for until June 30th of 2026 for properties that are acquired at that time. All of that information is disclosed in a frequently asked questions that's been released by the IRS recently and goes through these various factors. Of course, I want to remind everybody that for any consumers that are seeking to claim tax credits during this calendar, for this calendar year, anything that was installed during 2025, they will need the 4-digit qualified manufacturer QM PIN number, which for Mitsubishi is E8X7. So Echo 8, X-ray 7 for those. So, and we've got that included on our website on the page of qualified products and disclosures and everything along those lines. There are some slight wrinkles in some of the language in the bill that may provide us with opportunities to seek some extensions or whatnot, but let's not focus on that for the time being. The one thing that really was a benefit to the industry that was included in the One Big Beautiful Bill is the extension or the renewal of accelerated depreciation. So back in the 2017 tax bill, they also had accelerated depreciation, and we saw kind of a boost in commercial heat pump activity at that time. Basically, in a nutshell, any commercial enterprise, any business that installs HVAC equipment and a whole host of other investments can reduce their taxable income by the cost of that project in the year that it is installed. And that's for any projects that were installed, completed after January 19th of this calendar year. And it's made permanent. So it's not just this year, but in future years, any installations of our equipment, whether that's VRF or systems less than 65,000 BTUs that are installed in a commercial installation, they would be able to reach out to their tax attorney and receive a taxable receive a reduction in their taxable income through bonus depreciation. So that could be a real selling point to people. So the second thing I want to talk about, of course, is the refrigerant transition. We're well on our way into A2Ls for residential products. Of course, we're distributing the full range of A2L products at this point in time. We still have some 410A products, in our supply chain all the way through with distributors. We're at this point in time, at this moment, able to continue to have those systems placed into new installations through the end of this calendar year for systems below 65,000 BTUs. For VRF, of course, for most of the country, we'll have an additional year of sell-through or new installations through 2026 for 410A equipment that's imported before the end of this calendar year. Now, just in the past week, the Secretary of the EPA put out a tweet and a little brief message indicating that they have a new rule that's due to be released in the next maybe week or two. And there's some speculation that it may provide additional time for new installations of R410A systems if the equipment was imported before the end of 2024. So we'll keep an eye on that and watch for that. That could alleviate some of the risk of stranded inventory in the supply chain. A lot of people are concerned that it could open up the door to having 410A products, disrupt the transition to A2L. So we'll see how that goes. The other thing I wanted to touch on, of course, is some of the improvements that we continue to make to our systems to provide better service to you and your customers. You may have seen the new M Pro website. Our team has been making all kinds of upgrades and improvements to that to increase the usability and access for information, not just on your computer, but make it easier to access and view that information on your phone. And so we're constantly receiving suggestions on improvements. I know that, like many people, I'm just so familiar with my link drive, it's kind of hard to shift gears a little bit on some of those things. But I assure you, we're going to make sure that that website is 100% and completely providing you with the information that you need in order to do your job day in and day out like you do. So again, thank you so much for everything that you do. We're so appreciative that you're out there making it happen for customers and helping to keep their energy costs low and keep them comfortable when the summer heat in so many places has been just so hot. So looking forward to the next time to give you an update. Keep the feedback coming. We're always trying to improve everything, and we're doing it for you.